Guys, it's show season. The show seasons have kicked off. We're moving full into 2024. Education, education, education. Um, the biggest show that we're excited and apprehensive and everything else about is ABS. ABS is coming up in end of April, Eddie.
April, what is it, the 20th through the 22nd?
I believe so. Yeah. So ABS, we can definitely confirm we will have a booth. We're going to have a classroom, classes going pretty much throughout the whole day from all the different products that we have. I think the biggest thing that just to connect with what we did last week too is that education is really important, but with the shenanigans that's going on with the state board these days, make sure you get your hours, guys. Totally make sure you get your hours.
They've officially put a task force together, and they're going after hairdressers. They are actively going after hairdressers. There's been a lot of stylists that have been calling me and letting me know that they've been getting cease and desist orders. So they're going after legally. And we've been scrambling to try to help people as much as we can, but it's scary. You know, it's scary stuff, but it's avoidable. Okay. Make sure your paperwork is in order. Make sure your licensing is in order. Make sure your hours are in order. And if you're not sure, contact your local village, contact the local city, the county, and reach out to the state board as well too directly, you know, down in Springfield. Be proactive about it. Don't be reactive. Be proactive about it.
I like
because
that.
it's the only way you're going to stay on top of it and stay ahead.
Yep. They should, because if you get audited or they show up, because I guess they put a task force together now.
Yeah.
For a lot of independent, they're really tearing after independence. And there's from what I understand, there are independents out there that never renewed their license and never even got business licenses, which is bad juju across the board. But I think that's a subject for another day. And here's the fun one. Okay. Here's the fun one. 1 in 3 Americans view their stylist as one of their therapists. And there's a new term that they're using. Okay. And it's called PyscoHairapy. That's right. PyscoHairapy. And a study revealed, no, seriously, it was a study that was done. It was a study that was, hey, come on, bear with me. See, when you laugh, I laugh, and you make this hard.
Come on, man. Who comes up with these things, though?
What they did is they polled a whole bunch of stylists, and 55% of them, the stylists, felt like that not only were they giving their clients amazing looks and amazing hair, they were also felt like that they were also giving them emotional support. And clients actually agreed that a lot of times they get great hair, but they feel very fulfilled by sitting and talking with their stylist.
So then like a psychologist, when the hour is up and I'm done talking to the client, can I be like, nice breakthrough, hold that thought, we'll continue this next time?
Well, but if you really think about it, but if you actually think about it, we kind of do that, right?
We do.
Oh yeah, I'm done with your blowjob. Or depending on
there. That's nice. Hug it out.
Okay, we'll talk again in 6 weeks.
Oh man, PyscoHairapy. So how do I get a certificate for this? How do I start charging for this?
I think that's a business venture for us.
Man.
But the problem being is you forget I worked next to you for a little while, and
hey, I give amazing advice. I give phenomenal advice. People feel liberated after listening to my advice. Let me tell you.
Yeah. when they go sit in their car and cry for 30 minutes before they drive home.
Best cry ever. It's fully released. It's fully all tension, all stress, all hatred, all love, all anything released.
But you know what? This kind of touches on what we're. You kill me. This touches on what we were talking about, a little bit of what we were talking about last week, and that's perceived value of our services, and actually being supportive of your clients, and you can't help but not at least talk things out with them, because you're both captive audiences of each other, and they start hitting you with problems and stuff like that. You can't just go while in the back of my head I'm watching the movie that I watched last night again. You can't do that. You have to, but it goes right in with that. There is a perceived value with our services, and that's why we cannot be afraid to charge, because technically we are giving them some form of therapy. They get to sit down with someone that's not family, that has zero skin in the game, and who can actually give them an objective point of view if you want to. There are other subjects that you don't touch. We all know that. We won't get into that. But point being is there's just that. Don't be afraid. I mean, we provide a multi-level service. That's why we charge the prices we charge. Or am I oversimplifying that?
We are touching people when we're doing their hair.
Right.
There is no personal bubble. We are literally working on top of somebody. So that connection, that physical connection, it becomes a form of intimacy, both physically, both emotionally, psychologically. That attachment is, I mean, everything minus sexually. That's really how close we get with somebody. So that connection that somebody feels is a very strong and very serious connection. And I make jokes and I goof off about it, but in classes, I get really serious about this all the time. I goof off with it and I'm having fun with it, yeah, sure. But you, respectfully speaking, you got to take that seriously. You can't take that lightheartedly. You
Right.
are literally holding somebody's self-confidence in the palm of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do them wrong, whether you mess it up their hair, you're going to crush their self-confidence, because when they look themselves in the mirror and they don't like what they see, they're not going to feel good. That's not right. Even if you make them look like $1 million, if you don't treat them nicely, when they leave your chair and they're crying, who cares how good your color came out, how good the hair extensions or the haircut or the style looks? You made the person feel like crap, right? So that's not respectful either. Then that's not a good job either.
Right.
So yeah, I follow what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you really got to take that seriously. I mean, there's always been the joke, oh, you lie to your boyfriend, you lie to your husband, you lie to your priest, but you can't lie to your hairdresser. The hairdresser is the only other person that's taking all your secrets to the grave alongside you.
Right.
I mean, there's those stereotypes and there's those sayings for a reason. They exist
Right.
for a reason, So it's the fact that it's become such a thing now that it actually has a term. But that's what's mind-blowing to me. That's what I'm laughing about it.
Right.
Because it's wild.
Just remember this. It's PyscoHairapy.
Why psycho? Why they got to use the word psycho?
Well, because it's psychological. It's about you go to
it's about being mental. That's all I get out of it. Psycho equal mental.
Well,
and then I'll use Darren's joke. Like, so with hair extensions, we always say like hair extension clients are crazy, but the stylist that does that performs the hair extension services is crazier. So then us, the distributors selling to the stylist, got to be the craziest.
right.
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 So
Yeah.
that's where I take the mental.
That's awesome. That's
You
awesome.
come into this industry because you can't be normal. You got to be an abnormal
No,
person to be attracted to the beauty industry.
one way or another. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So, and my last bit of news for us
Mm,
on this Friday, um, and it's about hair loss.
mm.
So I'm gonna hit you with some numbers. You ready? Hair loss in 2023.
2023.
Okay, and this is industry wide. This is not just products. This is hair pieces. This is toupees. This is, hair loss. The full encompass industry of hair loss was a $52.37 billion industry.
52.37. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
All right. Now we're talking
now
some
you're
numbers.
well. Just wait. Okay, just wait. It's forecasted that by 2030, so that's
Okay.
what, how many years from now? We're
6.
2020, 6 years. 6 years. I can't do math. That's why I became a hairdresser. It's not because I was crazy, it's just because I couldn't do math. Um, by 2030, that industry will have grown to an 88.18 billion dollar industry with an estimated, so in between
Wow, so a
now,
$36 billion increase.
yeah, so what they're forecasting is basically about a 6 to 7% increase in the industry each year.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
yeah, and that encompasses products, that encompasses treatments, that encompasses, like I said, hair club for men. What?
Hey, look, you laugh, but look, hair loss is shedding, alopecia, all forms of alopecia, balding, genetics, trauma. I mean, post surgery, post pregnancy,
Yep.
post treatments, cancerous treatments, unfortunately. But I always say this wrong, right? For unfortunately, but fortunately, they survive the treatments. Right? Unfortunately, they survive the treatments. Fortunately, they survive the
Or
treatments.
why not just say they survived
They
they
survive the
survived the
treatments, right? So it's a good thing. But unfortunately, the body goes through such a shock that the hair falls out. So hair loss is a large category
right,
of problems, of issues.
right,
So
right.
that's a
But think about,
huge market, man. That's a huge market.
and we all deal with it though. We all deal with it. I have clients. You have clients come in, like, there's so much hair in my brush, and there's so many reasons for that. And if it's not glaringly obvious, at least personally, I always say, have you talked to your doctor about this or gone to your dermatologist? Because I mean, I may play one on TV, but I'm not a doctor. There's certain
Hey,
things that you can.
I watch House for all, what was it, 7, 8 seasons? I know some stuff, okay? It's never lupus.
It's never lupus.
It's never lupus.
And what you take Vicodin like it's candy, like House.
I don't know how. I never understood how he got a hold of so much of it, but man.
But yeah. So hair loss, but there is things, and to put a cap on the whole thing, there are things that we can put into our clients' hands to help them overcome some of these situations, which I know we're going to get into in just a little bit. So with that's our news and notes for this week. I am going to give the reins back to you for your psycho rant.